the November 17th regular council meeting, I call to order at 6 p.m. Mayor Fuel is out until 6:30 this evening, when he will quietly sneak in and I will relinquish the chair back to him. He's doing some volunteer work tonight, and the soonest he can return is 6:30. So you will have to put up with my blundering for the next little bit. I'm looking for a motion to confirm the agenda. Councillor Chisholm.
Good evening. I move that council adopt the November 17th, 2025 regular council meeting agenda as presented.
And is there any discussion on that? Seeing no discussion, all in favor? And that is passed. And I turn it over to Leanna.
I'll never get the hang of this. The mic's always in the wrong spot for me. Well, anyways, thank you for having us tonight. I'm here to start the process on having the rest of our community groups here to present to council. Tonight is the community delegation night. A few years ago, we started the practice of dedicating an annual meeting to hear from our community organization seeking funding support. Considering all the requests are done at one time, it allows council to be able to weigh in and ask questions of the community groups instead of leaving unanswered questions for pondering later on. So while prevailing unexpected mid-year requests, by doing it once at the beginning of our budget cycle for budget deliberations, this is our most efficient way to use your time and administration as well as the community groups. So tonight we're going to hear from 17 different community groups. Each group will be given up to 10 minutes to speak and provide council with an overview of their organization and their ask for the 2026 budget. Council will have an opportunity to debate all of the community requests, not tonight, but at a community deliberation later this week on the Thursday the 20th. And now I pass it back to you.
Thank you, Leanna. So just, I should have began with this actually. For everyone sitting in the room and the people who are going to be watching from home, a sincere thank you. So there are 17 groups here tonight. That's 17 groups that represent the leaders in our town, the people who are going out there and making a difference and in providing real services to the people of this community. So I just want to thank you. I think you probably heard Leanna say that no decisions are going to be made tonight. Tonight is the opportunity for you to put your best foot forward, to present. It'll give the town council an opportunity to ask you questions. And then on Thursday, that's when the decision-making night is going to be. You're welcome, of course, to attend again on Thursday if you just didn't get enough of it. But you can also watch from the comfort of your home as well on Thursday. So before we get started, please be aware to keep us on schedule. You're going to hear a bell ring at the 8-minute mark, providing you 2 more minutes to wrap up your presentation. Questions from council does not count as part of your presentation, so if we ask any questions, that's not going to be taken off of your time. Oh, and then in my notes, it says to remind you about Thursday. And we might ask questions. I just want to also just say again from on a human perspective, like we're rooting for you. We want you to do your best and to succeed. So this isn't about us like grilling you and holding your feet to the fire and trying to make you accountable for every last penny. Like we really want to hear you get to present what the amazing things you're doing in all these different groups. So I think with all that said, I'll turn it over to Jonathan.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor and Council. The first presenter tonight is Jackie Seeley with Shock Trauma Air Rescue Service, or STARS.
Great, thank you. Good evening, Deputy Mayor and Council. It's great to see you again. And if you haven't met me yet, I'm Jackie Seeley. I actually live in the town of Bazzano and work remotely for STARS, traveling across much of southern Alberta as part of their fundraising team. So it's a pleasure to come back again. So this year is actually STAR's 40th anniversary on December 1st, 40 years. We're celebrating partnerships and thankful that due to partnership, we're able to continue providing this service at no cost to the patient. Sadly, our founder, Dr. Powell, passed away at the end of April, but he made it to our 40th year, so we're thankful to continue on his legacy. And it all began when a pregnant woman from a rural community died from blood loss before she could get to tertiary care in Calgary, leaving a father alone to raise their newborn. Dr. Powell and his founders said that something had to be done, and so at that time they began the hard work to get this air ambulance off the ground. And here we are 40 years later. We do have a new CEO at STARS, and that is Dr. John Froh. And so he has been the Chief Medical Director at STARS since 2012 and now is at the helm providing us leadership as we continue to innovate and improve on providing critical care. So our very first mission was flown to Lethbridge December 1st, 1985 for a critically ill newborn. Again, another newborn. But thankfully, Kelly is a success. She lives in Lethbridge still, has a business there, a family, and 2 children. So that's just the ripple effect of a life saved and how, you know, she's gone on to be part of a community and with a positive story. Originally, STARS was Lions Air Ambulance. We've received some initial funding from the Lions International, and then over the years, we still have many Lions clubs that support STARS. In the middle there, you'll see our BK-117 helicopter that served us well for 37 years. In 2021, we began phasing in the H-145 helicopter, and we now have a fleet of 10 that are identically equipped, serving from our 6 bases across Western Canada. So it spanned quite a bit from that one base in Calgary to now being able to serve Western Canada. We do have the night vision goggle capability, so we can fly at night. With over half of our calls being at night, that is essential. We work with multiple partners in the chain of survival, and specifically to mention that your fire department and first responders as well, and search and rescue. So there are incidents where we may respond with more than one helicopter. Our helicopters and crew cross borders, so we go as far into, like Cranbrook and the East Kootenay area, also into northern BC, and, all the way out into Winnipeg and around Manitoba, where we have a base out there too. We do have, we landed a variety of complex landing locations. So as you can see, anything from snowmobile incidents to oil and gas, agriculture, forestry. We also responded to a number of the floods to help with either search and rescue or critically ill or injured patients, and then a lot of backcountry stuff as well. Other partners that we work with in the chain of survival are also, with the EMS, Alberta Health Services Fixed Wing, and then through the hospitals as well, which I'll speak more to in a moment. The types of incidents that we fly for are shown here. Now, cardiac has surpassed vehicle incidents, so that's now our #1 mission. Vehicle incidents next, and then another, a little bit of everything else after that. STARS is much more than a helicopter. We do provide critical care through virtual care consultation with the Strathmore Hospital and many other hospitals across Western Canada. So that's another way that we can provide critical care anywhere. Just to show our different levels of, just gonna check, I'll go to this one first. First of all, I'll just go over a little bit about how this is funded, because STARS really is an innovator, always improving on what we're currently doing. We do receive Alberta Health Services funding of $15 million per year. That's block funding. And after that, we still have to fundraise 59% of our operating costs in Alberta alone. So each base, and there are 3 bases in Alberta that are $12.2 million each. That cost continues to rise with the rising cost of fuel, medical equipment, training of our crew, and so forth. So after the government funding, we rely on many different pillars, from business and corporate donations, individual donations, community-driven fundraisers, and also, the municipal initiative that we have started. And that money really is going to the sustainability to ensure this critical service is here. The STARS Lottery also brings in a big chunk of that. So it's really, again, a united partnership to sustain this service. Here is a 15-year mission overview. Normally we bring you 5 years, but with our 40th anniversary on the horizon here, we thought we'd share a little more history with you so you can see how the mission volume has fluctuated over the years. So I've provided all of Wheatland County. So within Wheatland County, 462 missions flown since 2010. And if you look specifically to the lines I've highlighted in red there, you can see that between Strathmore Hospital interfacility transfers, where we've been called by the hospital to pick up a critically ill patient, ill or injured patient, to transport them to tertiary care in Calgary, between those calls and scene calls specifically near Strathmore, that's a total of 289 missions flown since 2010, which is an average of 19 missions per year. So when you look at that, that accounts for 2/3 of the missions flown within Wheatland County. So all of the scene calls that you see on this list is where the fire departments, whether it be Strathmore Fire Department or from the villages, are assisting with the safe landing of the helicopter. I've provided an update at the bottom there of how many missions have been flown in 2025 so far. So 25 missions so far up to November 13th, 6 that were from the hospital, and 19 scene calls. So those stats actually include anybody who has been critically ill or injured within the Wheatland County boundaries. So that could be people traveling or working in the area as well. We do have the highest level of critical care available. So our crew actually competes in an annual medical transport conference. Again, they won first place this year. In over 23 years, we've always been within the top 3. So thank you, Town of Strathmore, for your previous support. You've been a partner with STARS since 2019 and contributing $10,000 in 2025. And we really would like to bump you up to being at the $1 per capita. Wheatland County is currently over $2 per capita, and so are the villages within the county. So we would sure appreciate if we could get you up to $1 per capita, just to help us out with that, all of the rising costs, and really just going back to the sustainability of STARS. So we appreciate your consideration. A life is saved every day, but it's your partnership that continues to make it possible, especially, as we've had 40 years, and we hope to continue at this nonprofit, no cost to the patient. Thank you.
Thank you, Jackie Seeley, and I understand you wanted to do a photo with council? Did I get
Yes,
that right?
I do have something special here for you. Would you like to ask questions first and then do the photo? Or?
Sure. Are there any questions for STARS? Councillor Wagner.
Maybe not so much a question, because my question was your operating budget, and I see it was 36.6 million, whereas Alberta government funds at 15 million. So that was my one question that I had. But it is something that is near to us, especially in a rural area. And I spent years on the fire department, so I had numerous times where STARS was involved, and it does save lives. Now, you come to the municipalities. I'm assuming you also go to big industry as well for your fundraising efforts and that.
Yes, we do have many industry partners, a lot of the oil and gas partners, because working in rural and remote areas, they really rely on having the best chance for, their workers, et cetera. So yeah, many corporate and industry partners, as well as business partners, and then individual donors, a number of community-driven fundraisers. We did actually come out to your Public Works Day this year and did a little bit of fundraising, but mostly that's to just, be there for the community, answer any questions that people have.
Okay, thank you. And again, it was more of a statement than a question, but I do appreciate everything you do. Thank you.
Yeah. The municipal, I did show the map there too that went over, just kind of touched on it very briefly, or I might have skipped it, just shows the different levels of support across the province. We do have over 95% support across Alberta and into Northeast BC, and that's shown in all of the different levels of support there. So the regions that are over $2 per capita are shown in the navy blue, and then our provincial leaders are shown in green. And then our full regional partnerships, where we have all the villages and towns united in partnership with the county or MD, they're outlined in red there. So actually, Wheatland County was the very first full regional partnership in southern Alberta. So that's something to really be proud of.
Councillor Brown?
Yes. Sorry, you mentioned earlier, just a clarification, you mentioned that other communities around the area were also doing $1 per capita. Could you please repeat what those were?
Okay, so within Wheatland County, all of the villages are giving $2 per capita, and Wheatland County themselves is giving over $2 per capita.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and right now we're at a fixed rate of 10, is that correct?
Well, yeah,
Or 10,
right now
not,
it's
not
a
per
fixed
capita,
rate
sorry,
of
10,000.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're requesting to bump that up to $1 per capita. For less than $1, it's less than a cup of coffee, to help us sustain this critical service.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Councillor Chisholm.
Thank you. Jackie, thank you for what you do. It's an important service to our citizens. May put you on a little bit on the spot, if you're okay with that. I wanted you to talk a little bit about the expense side of stuff for the operations. Is there a success story on managing expenses that have been implemented in the operations that you could share with us that has saved money on the expense side?
Well, we keep our teams pretty lean. We are on the very low end of administrative costs of what's allowable through CRA. So, we're really on the low end of that. I think they allow up to 30%, and I think we're around 16%, something like that. So that part is pretty low. We're always watching, we're very efficient with our time and our booking and our travel, that we'll even through my municipal travel, I can sometimes be at 3 places in one day just to save staff time and save travel time. And so that's one success story I can speak to myself.
Just on behalf of council and the town, thank you. 462 missions you've flown in 15 years. That's really appreciated. So I think they've asked for a photo with councillors if we want to come around to the front desk.
Yes, thank you very much for your partnership with STARS. So we'd like to honor you with this plaque. activities. There's a couple calendars, one for the fire department as well.
And while Jonathan's busy doing that, I'll call up Strathmore Performing Arts Festival Association. Thank you. Welcome.
Good evening, Town Council. My name is Sarah Hockey, and this is Audra Anderson, and we are here to present on behalf of the Strathmore Performing Arts Festival. The Strathmore Performing Arts Festival was founded in 2018. Our first festival was in 2019. We officially joined the Alberta Music Festival Association in 2020, and our participants are from Strathmore and surrounding rural areas. We offer classes in piano, classical voice, contemporary voice, musical theater, choir, speech arts, instrumental, and band. So why did we do this? We wanted to provide opportunities in the arts for amateur performers in Strathmore and surrounding areas. We saw a need for something local. So previously our students had been traveling to Drumheller, Calgary, other festivals around Strathmore. And you're thinking, what is a music festival? Well, it's a non-competitive educational opportunity to learn from professional musicians in their field. So usually singers go, they sing, they get an adjudication from a voice specialist, they get some feedback, all this stuff. So it's really great, encouraging. But they had to drive all the way to Calgary, all the way to Drumheller. And one of the best things about a local performance was that we are able to send our students to a provincial level. So because we have a local festival, students in Strathmore are able to travel to Edmonton to compete with other performers around Alberta and Northwest Territories. And so people who have never heard of Strathmore now know that we have a thriving arts community here, and our students are able to compete at a provincial level. So Drumheller would take our students, but they would not allow our students to compete at the provincial level. So now we're well recognized at the provincial level and send many students to provincial. And I'll talk about band here for a second. So band is totally different. So band, I can't send students to provincial festival from SPAF. I actually have to take my students to provincial festival and pay $650 per band. And it's really competitive and it's really scary. So our festival is not scary. It's hosted at our little school, and it provides an opportunity for students not from Strathmore to travel to Strathmore and see our lovely community and have the same educational experience, but in a less competitive, less intimidating environment. So we're doing two things now. We're offering students from Strathmore an opportunity to be recognized at a provincial level, and an opportunity for other students in Alberta to come to Strathmore and see what an amazing community we have. So registration has not opened yet. It opens on December 1st, and I've already filled the 14 slots for band. I have 16 slots already filled. So yeah, this is good. So yay. So SPAF 2025 was 10 days long. We had over 1,000 participants, over 428 entries, over 50 volunteers from the community, often retired teachers. We used local churches and schools as our venues. We had donations, mostly from local businesses and patrons, and some from the government, like the town of Strathmore and Wheatland County. We gave out over 129 awards, and we provided 29 provincial nominations. So 29 students went to provincials. We feel this is a unique organization in our town. There are other festivals, but challenges with cost or travel make those challenging. So we already talked about that. Being able to attend a local festival makes family able to come and see them, which is really exciting. And it brings school and community and churches together in town. So let's talk about our participants. That really, this is all about encouraging the arts for young people in the community. Our youngest participant last year was only 4 years old, so imagine what a lifetime of positive experience in the art that would have for a child moving forward. Connections with teachers, volunteers, and fellow participants. And I just have to say, how amazing is it that we have so many private studios in Strathmore to be able to have so many solo participants? Like, That's crazy. So let's talk about Sebastian. He was late to festival performances. He only moved to Strathmore in high school. He had no experience performing or participating in festival. His experience in group number in festival 2 years ago inspired him to take private lessons and participate individually only last year in 2025. Not only did he participate, but he was recommended first to Alberta Provincial Music Festival and then to Canada West, which is a competition that welcomes performers from Alberta, BC, and Saskatchewan. He placed third at Canada West as a great accomplishment for any performer. Without his experience at our local festival, he would never have been exposed to this additional level of competition. So, so here we go, like that kid is on track to be a performing arts major, and it's crazy. Like I know 5 kids who are going off to do a Bachelor of Music, and I went to a city school, and I think I was the only one who ever did a Bachelor of Music, so Strathmore, like crazy. But one of our teachers is very, very passionate. She created this adaptive category for participants with exceptionalities, neurodivergence, learning or physical disabilities to provide an inclusive and welcoming environment for performers. So last year we created this new category, and it's aimed at accommodating participants. This is Kenzie. Kenzie has a variety of challenges, but because of this category, she was able to sit at a piano with her teacher and receive feedback from an adjudicator at festival. She had an amazing time, and she's looking forward to next year. I don't know a single other festival that would allow this opportunity and not be terrifying. It was beautiful, so good for her. We also started a bursary program to subsidize entries for participants with economic needs. An independent subcommittee reviews these applicants. This is the second year we've provided bursaries. Last 2 years, we have subsidized close to $1,000 in entry fees for a number of participants. So obviously we want the students in our community participating, so why not provide them with the need they need? So if you would kindly give us the money we need. We were asked nicely for $5,000. Last year, we gave $9,775 just to our kids, so that were the award winners. They were broken up in $25, $50, and $100 awards. We also pay for students to go to provincials. So their $100 to $200 fees we pay. Not very many festivals actually pay for students to go to provincials. You can have a named scholarship, should you like the Town of Strathmore Piano Days, if that would make you happy. You can have a named scholarship. It also helps us pay for instrument and venue rentals. So last year, we paid about $4,000, and they themselves are a donation to the churches and schools in town. Printing costs were about $2,000. Advertising, etc. The Town of Strathmore would be displayed as an advertiser on all of our banners. So our participants, in order to encourage their interests, we give as many participants and awards as we can. Usually students use this to pay for further music education. We offer multiple methods of recognition for sponsorship, as I said. And obviously, running a festival this size costs a lot of money, and it has cost more and more every year. Last year, we took in fundraising $38,000, and we spent $32,000, and we have $6,000 sitting in our bank account right now. So what is next? We would like to encourage more teachers and performers to participate. And like I said, so between Brian and I at Strathmore High School and me, it's 5 bands, and I have 10 more coming from Medicine Hat, Brooks, Okotoks, etc. All of the private studios in town. We'd like to continue to approach local businesses and increase our presence on social media and throughout the community. So I'd like to leave you with a quote. This is why I teach music. Not because I expect you to major in music, not because I expect you to play or sing all your life, not so you can relax, not so you can have fun, but so you will be more human, so you will recognize beauty, so you will be closer to an infinite beyond this world, so you will have something to cling to, so you'll have more to love, more compassion, more gentleness, more good, in short, more life. Thank you.
Are there any questions from council? Councillor Wagner.
I do have a quick question. I was looking for age group. So you said the youngest is 4. Is there an upper age limit?
No, you get up to adult.
Okay.
So we did
hear
have a
that,
university
Richard?
student.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't want that.
Yes, you can. We did have a university student participate and a couple adults last year participate.
So was that 4-year-old, was that kind of the exception?
No.
Or it's,
That would be fairly common in piano classes to have a young student.
okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, so what I heard was 1,000 participants with 50 volunteers from the community helping to make that run. That's just phenomenal. Thank you so much for your work, and thank you for presenting to us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Council. Next group we have is the Badlands Search and Rescue. We have Elise Brown and Alan Ranger presenting on their behalf.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak with you this evening. Our ask is slightly different than what you may be used to. Hopefully the presentation will explain that a little bit. And without further ado, I'll turn it over to Elise.
Good evening. Badlands Search and Rescue Association is a volunteer, not-for-profit, non-charitable organization that readily responds when called upon by tasking agencies, which include law enforcement, governmental groups, or other search and rescue teams. We search for hikers, campers, hunters, children, skiers, people with cognitive impairments, as well as any others that may be deemed to be lost, overdue, and/or injured. Law enforcement agencies occasionally request our assistance to search for evidence in incidents that they are investigating. In times of disaster, natural or otherwise, we have members trained in disaster response and can provide emergency assistance. Our team participates in multi-jurisdictional mock sessions in search and rescue as well as disaster response. Annually, our members assist with Grand Fondo Bicycle Rally in Drumheller, providing necessary first aid and safety checkpoints. These are only a few examples of the critical tasks we regularly train our members to be prepared to respond at any given time for ground search and rescue operations. Our 20-person team is a member of Search and Rescue Alberta and is trained in accordance with the provincial standards. We have a volunteer board of directors that ensures all guidelines are being met with regards to fiscal responsibility, training requirements, and logistics of acquiring equipment and assets for effective use in the field. Our territory ranges east of Chestermere to west of Bassano, north of Bow River to Three Hills, Trochu, Drumheller, Hanna, and Clooney communities. It is stationed mainly out of Strathmore and covers most of the Badlands classified areas of Alberta. Since its inception in 2011, Badlands Search and Rescue Association has been gifted with an initial donation of 2 command posts with pull vehicles, and one of each is no longer in usable condition, leaving only 1 set in operation. Volunteer members each provide their own personal gear during searches, which costs approximately $1,000 or more at their own expense. These kits enable each member to be self-sufficient out of doors in all seasonal elements, 24 to 72 hours. Our annual fundraising efforts through grants and activities provide some of the necessary small equipment needs for the association to utilize and covers most of our $20,000 per annum operational costs. Currently, we do not have a home. We do not have dedicated indoor space for our organization. While much of our practical training occurs outdoors, we do need indoor space for classroom-style theoretical instruction and for association meetings. We have been fortunate up to this point to be able to arrange for use of indoor facilities with community partners. However, scheduling is becoming more challenging. Our command post trailer and 2005 Ford truck that carries equipment and hauls the trailer are stored in the rear lot of the Wheatland West Fire Hall on George Freeman Trail. We are grateful for the parking area. However, the truck and trailer have sustained significant hail damage in recent years, and the continued adverse weather exposure is taking its toll on this equipment, posing challenges for maintaining readiness for operational status. Our association continues to approach companies operating within our territory to consider corporate donations. We host fundraising events throughout the year in support of our financial needs. Recent applications for community assistance grants with Wheatland County, Town of Strathmore, and Town of Drumheller for assistance with obtaining funds to acquire a replacement primary response vehicle have been declined. Fortunately, we have established a relationship with a local vehicle supply company that is working with us towards that goal. It has been suggested to our organization that we should express our need for the use of indoor storage to the local municipal councils. Therefore, we stand before you today asking that you consider including our need in your future plans within the municipality. As representatives of Badlands Search and Rescue Association, and on behalf of our board of directors, we appreciate the opportunity to present to you today and for considering our request.
Thank you for your presentation. I apologize for being late. I was volunteer coaching with little kids and I got here as quick as I could. I just want to double check, have we been asking questions of the presenters?
Yeah, and I think, do I just have to officially relinquish the chair? Okay, just for legislative purposes.
Okay, thank you. Are there questions? Councillor Wegener.
I just have a quick question. So in your ask, it says looking for indoor storage. Now, then I also saw up on the picture that you, there was looked like a training room and that. So is this strictly for indoor storage for your equipment, or are you looking for something that's kind of multi-purpose where you could use it as, like as a training facility as well?
That would be fantastic if we could include an area where we can store our vehicles and the command post, as well as an area where we can do some of the classroom type training that we do. That would be fantastic if that were possible. We appreciate the difficulties of that and the costs that may be involved, and we're willing to accept any support that the community can provide.
Okay, thank you.
On just a further note for that, if it were a piece of land that the town had that were available for us, we could consider putting up a Quonset hut or something along those lines and create what we need as an indoor facility. But we just need the space and land to be able to do that.
Thank you for that clarification. Councillor Brown?
Yeah, so silly for me to ask, you operate year-round, is that true? Yes, okay. And so is there an ideal placement for a facility to store your equipment and your trucks? Would it be better towards the edge of town? You did mention that you operated up all the way up to Three Hills, out to Bassano. If you were to geographically map where you operate, where is the best place for your facility or your building to be? Just curious.
That's not an easy question to answer, because we do respond all over the place. There is not a definable pattern in terms of, well, most of our calls are down in this area, we should be located down here, or they're up here, we should be up there. It's all over the place.
Okay.
So what might work really well this year, next year, in one location, may be not so advantageous 2 years down the road.
What about proximity of your volunteers to the equipment? So if you need to respond quickly, where do most of you live, if I may ask?
About 30% of our members are from right here in Strathmore.
Okay.
We have members in Drumheller, in Three Hills, in Rocky View, down in Carsland, some in Calgary, some in Airdrie.
Okay. And would, sorry, one more question. And would, is centralizing all of the equipment necessary, or would it be almost beneficial to, let's say, those people who live up in Three Hills, for example, to be nearer the truck that they drive or that sort of thing? Just asking the question.
Centralizing is not a necessity. It's advantageous for maintenance and for not just of the vehicles themselves, but our equipment that we carry in them as well.
Okay. And did you have any particular buildings in mind?
No.
No? Okay.
I suppose just asking the question right now has sparked in my mind if there was a plan with the fire department, if there's anything happening with their building that an extra bay could be added on, or even an area of the land that we could put a Quonset hut or something on, something along those lines.
Okay.
In just a clarification for your inquiry, more of an information, we are not first responders.
Right.
So we do not require to have a central location to cover our entire territory. We are an added benefit to the first responders if they require us, but we can have our team members come from their own residences to meet wherever the location is, and whoever's closest to the command post and trailer take that to the location.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for your responses. Appreciate what you do as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Brown. Councillor Chisholm and then Councillor Hyde.
Thank you. I'm really practicing on my listening skills. So this is what I heard is mobilization is like on the spot. You can mobilize and get to where you need to get to. I also heard you say that you're presenting to different municipal associations. How was that went?
So we have already presented to the Wheatland County and to the town of Drumheller. At the time of both of those, we were actually asking for 65% of the funding for a new vehicle. Since both of those presentations, between the Drumheller one and the date for the town of Strathmore, the vehicle supply company is working with us to donate a vehicle. So this is why we changed our application for indoor storage.
Okay, so we're the first one.
For the indoor storage.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Chisholm. Councillor Hyde.
I very much appreciate the work that you all do. I know a couple of your members, and they work hard and are passionate about what they do. Are you exclusive to the Wheatland County, or do you often go outside of, how far have you gone? Because you talked of east of Chestermere to,
yeah.
So have you gone like outside of the province before?
Currently, the member team within the last 5 years has not gone out of province, but they have been asked to ready themselves if they are needed. The Nova Scotia fires were one of them. We have gone, I stand corrected, we have gone to the eastern edges of BC to assist with their search and rescue teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a follow-up.
And I'm sorry, we've also gone up as far as Slave Lake. And the recent wildfires up, the name of the lake escapes me at the moment, but it's north of Edmonton.
All right, so definitely an essential service that impacts a lot of people. So last question would be, when you go outside of the area, are you compensated somehow for the work that is done there? And
We're reliant on our tasking agencies for any supportive funding in terms of deploying for actual incidents. Okay. So we're compensated by RCMP for travel, accommodation, meals generally.
Excellent. Thanks again for everything you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have one question just as far as understanding the scope of your work. How many call-outs would you have responded to in the past year?
We average in the neighborhood of 2 to 3 a year. That is beginning to change, however, in the way that the province is addressing search and rescue. What is becoming more of a norm is a call to multiple search and rescue teams to assist on different incidents. For example, the Crow's Nest Pass missing young fella. The call went out across the province for assistance. 6 of our members actually attended and assisted with that search. That's happening more and more, so we anticipate those numbers to increase.
Okay, thank you. And I think I had one more question, but it just flew out of my mind. When you're around 7 and 8 year olds, it does its toll on you. I guess here's the question I was going to ask. Do you track the location of your calls? Like how many are far away, how many are in our vicinity kind of thing?
I would have to pull up those stats by physically going back over the last 12 years.
Okay, so
so
2 to 3 call outs, but we're not sure exactly where you get called out to.
I know that within the last 3 years, we've had calls to Dalemead Lake, to Siksika, just north of Strathmore, assisting with an investigation with the RCMP, Delia, Dallam. So you're testing my memory, but
Thank you. I've got a sense of where you've been. That's good information for me. That's all the questions I have. Are there any more from councillors? Once again, thank you for your presentation. We appreciate hearing from you, and we appreciate your volunteerism.
Thank you, Your Worship.
thank you.
We move now to item 4, Strathmore and District Agricultural Society, Megan Miller and Doug Raycroft. Good evening and welcome.
Thank you. It's a little different than the gym. First off, I want to thank the councillors and Mayor Fuel for allowing us to present tonight. What we'd like to present are, obviously, our Ag Society does a lot of things for the community, not only with our campground or our ball diamonds and our facilities, but some of our major events that we hold. So we would like to focus on those today, namely our Celebrations of Lights. Celebration of Lights, our Strathmore Stampede, and our Heritage Day programming. So first off, just to introduce myself, my name is Doug Raycroft, and I'm here obviously to present on these things. I am new to this position as CEO, so in fact, I've just a couple weeks, so hopefully you guys are nice on your questioning, and I'll try my best to answer. I do have an expert behind me here, so if I need to, I'll call her up. Before we came today, we were looking at your mission, and the mission is to strive to provide high-quality public services and promote economic growth. So we think we can be, we're pretty good partners in that respect. The events that we hold create cultural, social, and economic impact for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of the people in Strathmore and surrounding region. Hopefully by the end of this, I've highlighted why they're unique and how our financial support that you provide will directly strengthen the community. So I'll start with the Celebration of Lights, and we're going to ask for $10,000 to help with that. The Celebration of Lights has become one of Strathmore's most cherished holiday traditions. Each year, over 13,000 people take part in the heartwarming, family-centered event. It is 100% free, inclusive, and brings our community together at the time of year that's needed most. The event includes full light display that runs nightly for over a month, Santa's Cottage with free visits and raffle prizes, free hot chocolate and cookies, carriage and sleigh rides every Saturday, plus added rides on Christmas week and New Year's Eve, and a kids' New Year's Eve party. This event is not only for our region, but offers full holiday light experience combined with sleigh rides and dedicated cottage. It creates a magical atmosphere that families rely on, especially those that may not otherwise have access to other holiday activities. What your funding would be used for is directly towards advertising, supplies, maintenance, and the displays, including Santa's and the sleigh rides. volunteer appreciation, and some of the free hot chocolate and cookies that make this event warm, welcoming, and accessible for everyone. The provided budget shows we're operating at a loss of about $6,300. Despite sponsorship and contributions, your $10,000 investment would ensure that this treasured event stays free and accessible for everybody. The Strathmore Stampede, and for that one, we would like to request $31,000, and if possible, for a 3-year term. The Strathmore Stampede is not just an event. It's a flagship attraction for Strathmore and the largest driver of tourism in the town. Next year will be our 60th anniversary for the Stampede. Every year, the Stampede brings over 400 volunteers, so the community involvement is pretty special. And this year was my first year involved, and it was heartwarming to see how many people actually come out in the depth of the volunteering from our community. We also have, not just from our community members, but also our services in the town. Every day we'd have meetings with our RCMP, our EMS, town officials, our security, to make sure that the event was safe and we had contingency plans in place. So the cooperation with all the events with the town and all the people in the town is amazing. Over the course of the weekend, we have over 45,000 attendees from Strathmore, the region, and across not just Alberta, but Canada and internationally. And obviously, it's a major economic benefit to both local businesses and the town as a whole. The Stampede builds community spirit, strengthens local pride, and amplifies the reputation and the brand of the town of Strathmore. It is the premier event that puts our community on the map. And now, with the broadcasting access worldwide on the Cowboy Channel, this means Strathmore's name is out there around the world. Why your funding would matter: the contribution would be used specifically for sponsorship, which allows us to maintain high-quality programming, ensure safety, and deliver large-scale experience that visitors expect and our volunteers and community members work so hard to create. Your support is not just an expense, it's an investment in the tourism, economic development, and the community identity. And then just a little bit more about why your support matters. Across all the 3 major events that benefit the Strathmore's clear community impact: free or low-cost events for families, opportunities for kids, community bonding and volunteer engagement, seasonal celebrations that bring joy and connection, economic impact, tens of thousands of visitors, increased tourism spending, support for local businesses, and strengthened regional reputation. And the cultural impact: preservation of Strathmore's agriculture and Western heritage, showcasing our community spirit and the events that define who we are. These events are run by nonprofit, powered by volunteers, and designed entirely for the benefit of the community. And many of the community uses that weekend also as an opportunity to showcase their own businesses with the many different breakfasts and different things that are run on that weekend. Your funding ensures that Strathmore remains vibrant, welcoming, and a full year-round event, really. And in closing, I want to thank you for considering this request. When I was getting ready for this, I thought this is like Shark Tank a little bit, but this is not quite the same. So we can thank you for considering your requests. We do think that the value of some of the things that the partnership involves is around $34,000. So it's kind of a pretty well a wash in kind, but we really appreciate anything that we can get from the town of Strathmore to continue our partnership. Is there any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Raycroft. Do we have questions from councilors? Councilor Brown?
Yes, can you make the Festival of Lights a little warmer?
Yeah, we can put that in the budget, right? Warm weather.
Yeah.
So.
I was just wondering, actually, so you mentioned, the expense of the hot chocolate and all of those things. And so I was curious to know how many people actually roll through that event.
13,000 people was the last number we had. Yeah.
Okay, it's not as big as the Stampede, but certainly
not quite.
worthwhile. And what about the cost of the fireworks that you do?
Sorry, what was that?
The fireworks that you do at the Festival of Lights as well.
Actually, Megan might know that one.
Is my microphone working or?
Sorry?
Sorry, the cost of the fireworks. How much of the fireworks to put on? Because they're quite spectacular as well.
Yeah, no, I'm not exactly sure, and I was just going to ask Megan if she remembers.
Oh. Okay, great. Well, that's all I need to ask. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Any further questions for Mr. Raycroft or Megan? Seeing none, thank you for your presentation.
Okay, thank you.
We move now to item 5, Strathmore Overnight Shelter, Pastor Elizabeth Karp. Good evening, Pastor, and welcome.
Good evening, Mayor and councillors. Thank you again for the opportunity to present here. I just want to give you a little bit of a quick recap about the shelter and what the shelter is all about. So the shelter's been open now for over 8 years. It is actually based on a scripture in the Bible from the book of James 1:27 that says it's the mandate of the church to look after orphans and widows, and that includes the vulnerable and the homeless. So clients that come into the shelter, they have to actually go through a screening process. And they're informed of the rules, and they have to sign off that they understand those rules, and they have to follow those rules. We state actually even on intake that if you panhandle, although I know this is not a bylaw of the town, but we do tell our clients that if we see them panhandling in Strathmore, they will be asked to leave the shelter because we supply what they need there. There's no reason for them to be out there asking for food or money. We feed them 3 meals a day. We give them snacks from 3 o'clock till 9:30 at night. Suppers are extensive with salads, vegetables, a good meal, homemade in our commercial kitchen. I have a cook. And we provide all their beverages. We don't allow any outside food into the shelter. No outside food or beverages are permitted into the shelter, just for safety reasons, right? We also let them know that they're not allowed to trespass on private property, that there's cameras that's monitoring them all around on that. So I just want to again note that the reason we asked for an increase in capacity was so that we could obtain finances last year to be open 24/7 rather than just nights. So our overnight numbers really haven't changed a whole lot. So we serve an average of 15 to 23 people overnight. We feed more people than that because people have a hard time between paychecks, food hampers, and we do allow people that are living in vehicles to come in and shower and eat. We also do the coat program for the community, so anyone in need of clothing or coats or anything like that are welcome to come in. Obviously, the shelter that we run is for adults only because of some of the clientele that we come in. I will say this, that our community as a whole have been incredibly supportive of the shelter. We get donations dropped off every single day throughout the day. We have food dropped off, hygiene supplies, monetary things, money. We have truly, truly been blessed in that participation, and we are extremely thankful to our community for how much they've gotten on board. The churches, have all gotten on board as well, and they help out and ask me what needs we have. We get all kinds of that. We have connected with several other agencies to work together to get help for those that want the help. So FCSS, the library, our employment center, RCMP, Mint Pharmacy, lots of different agencies that have gotten together with us and just helped us in whatever capacity we need help in. And it's helped to educate all of us and help us to help every single person that wants help that comes in there. We have an alarming number of seniors in the shelter. Right now, I have people in their late 70s and 80s in the shelter. We've been working in conjunction with Hope Mission in order to expand our outreach to those in need, and that's been a huge success for those that really want rehab. I have a client graduating in December that's invited me to the graduation party that's finishing off her 1 year. That's just one of many successes that we have. We've sent many more people that are partway through that program that we track and make sure and see how they're doing, and as well as into other programs. Most of the people wanting detox we send to Fort McLeod. Me or my operations manager quite often will drive them there personally because we've had the most success there. In the last quarter, we managed to secure housing either with family members, Calgary, surrounding area, to 26 people. That's a phenomenal number for a 3-month period. So we continue to have close to 2,000 hours of volunteer time per quarter. There's been other municipalities that have contacted us regarding how they can start a shelter in their community because they've seen such an increase in homelessness in their community. I do want to state that, to my knowledge, there is no bus that's bringing homeless people to Strathmore. I have no knowledge of what that is or who that would be. The RCMP does bring people in that are from other places. And we certainly have a great working relationship with them, and we don't turn them down. We get lots of calls from hospitals, social workers, et cetera, that want to place clients in here. We usually have to turn them down. We always screen people as much as we can when they come in. Where are you from? Why are you needing here? What is your purpose? What is your goal? So we are working hard at trying to be a shelter. If you come into our shelter, you need to be working towards something. If you're not working towards something and you're just shelter hopping, this isn't the place for you to stay. You need to move on. A lot of people, I do want to make note, a lot of people that live in Strathmore were not born and raised here. They came from somewhere. So I just want to reiterate that we are not in the business of bringing homeless people to Strathmore, but we live right on the Trans-Canada Highway, and we are within 100 kilometers of an urban center. And so that's what I find other communities that have called me too. They're having issues with homelessness because the people are just migrating out to other areas. I would once again like to extend an invitation to each and every one of you that if you want to view the shelter, I would be happy to give you, if you give me a call, and I would be happy to take you through and show you what the shelter is like. I'm actually not here asking for any funding. I'm not asking for any funding whatsoever. The shelter is God's project and heart, and He's been our best provider. We've been doing fundraising with our liquidation sales on Saturdays in the last year, and that's helping to meet our needs. Again, thanks to our community, we have regular people that come out every single Saturday to support us and look, first of all, to see what we have, if they can support us first. The things that we sell at that liquidation sale, we sell cheap because we want to bless the community. For example, we got a bunch of detergents that would sell in the grocery stores for $16, $17. We sold at $2. So we want to bless the community, but it does also help bring funding. All I'm asking for tonight is a letter of support from Mayor and Council every 6 months in order to keep our funding going. So our next letter would be due around March of 2026. Our expenses are many. We pay $6,000 per month in mortgage payments alone, close to $3,000 per month in utilities. Throw in insurance and we're up to $10,000 per month, and that doesn't include food maintenance and supplies. We do 60 to 70 loads of laundry per week, and we are blessed to never having missed a payment. And so I would sincerely like to thank Mayor and councillors for your support over the years and for continuing to advocate for us and for our clients that are in need.
Questions from councillors? Just on a personal comment, as a guy who's been bullied by Denise Peterson to walk in the coldest night of the year walk many times, I've been able to see your location and see the work you do. And And I'm always humbled by the fact that you never had to do this. You didn't have to take this on in your church, but you chose to. And it's done a great deal in our community to address the homeless situation. I think a very large reason why we don't have an encampment situation like other towns and cities is because of the great work that you and your volunteers and your staff do. So I'm very appreciative, and I'm very cognizant of the fact that you didn't have to take this on, but you did. And so I really respect that.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing God's work.
Absolutely. Yeah, we opened with no funding. We ran for almost 2 years
I
with
do
nothing.
remember those days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but God provided it.
Thank you. Councillor Wegener?
Thank you for your presentation, Pastor Karp. I'm glad you addressed the rumors about busloads of people coming out from Calgary, not, as far as you can tell, not being a fact. I appreciate that because I've heard that a lot. You mentioned seniors. What percentage would you say are seniors at your shelter? Do you have
It varies depending on who's coming in. I would say right now, 40% of the people I have in there are seniors.
40%.
Right now. Now that may change next week. FCSS has a department that's been really good at trying to help us once we get them in. We have people in there with Alzheimer's. We have people in walkers walking there. People think the homeless shelter is just for addicts, but that's not true. We have people from all walks of life that come in there.
And with the seniors population, is it because they can't get into lodges or they can't maybe afford other places to live? Is that kind of why it's so high?
Affordability is definitely one thing. No family. So to get into a lodge nowadays, you have to have a power of attorney or account that can sign you in, or a family member, or the lodges are hesitant to take you. Mental illness, like I said, we have a lady in there that has dementia right now, or Alzheimer's, I'm not sure which, but I reintroduce myself to her every day pretty much. Just trying to keep her safe until we can work on a safe place for her to get to. So various reasons, but yeah, they get to an age and they have nobody.
Okay, and just one more thing. You said no outside food. Is that for the residents there? Or I know in the past when we've had events and that we've dropped leftover food off at the shelter. Is that what you meant by no outside food?
No, we appreciate that outside food. The clients that come in are not allowed to bring in any personal food whatsoever, whether they've bought it at the store down the street or where they got it from. We don't allow it because we don't know what's in it. We don't know what's in your coffee cup. I don't know, what you've put in your water. And with all the paraphernalia, with cannabis and everything that they can put into their food, we don't allow it. We feed them well.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what I thought. Thank you.
But we are very thankful for all the caterers and all the people when they have extra food that's been made in a commercial kitchen. They do bring us their leftovers, and we put it well to use. It helps us. Yeah.
Thank you, Councillor Wegener. Councillor Hyde.
Yes, I'm aware of people donating the food after events that happened after my son's wedding this
Awesome.
summer.
Yeah.
My question is, do you collaborate or exchange ideas with other homeless shelters in communities our size?
There's very few communities our size that have homeless shelters. Usually they're calling me and asking how I got started. How did we start a shelter in a smaller community? There's the larger ones. Like I said, I work with Hope Mission, so they're in Edmonton, and they have a hub in Calgary right now. They may be looking at starting another shelter. Certainly, we are in communication with the Mustard Seed, Alpha House, for different situations. But right now, there is, I don't know any other smaller communities that has a homeless shelter.
Okay, thank you.
I know Wetaskiwin tried one, and there was a huge uproar because the belief of the people was that they were encouraging the homeless to come to the town, and that wasn't it at all.
Yeah, it's been a huge battle in Wetaskiwin. They are still going. Hope Mission is still going in Wetaskiwin, but yes, it's been extremely difficult.
I think the town and your church's approach to the homeless situation was ahead of its time in a lot of ways for communities our size. And as I always call you this, as CAO Scoble has said in the past, Strathmore punches above its weight. We have done things that other communities our size haven't tried. And so again, my hat's off to you and everything that you've done.
Thank you.
If there are no further questions, thank you for coming, and
Thank
we
you.
will
Bless you.
discuss the letter that you're looking for as well.
Thank you.
We move now to item 6, Foothills Advocacy and Motion Society, FAME. Good evening, ladies, and welcome. And if you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves.
Sure thing. I was in my presentation. I'm Sangeetha Matthews. Most people know me as Sunny, and this is, go ahead.
I'm Andy Gowan. I'm the Director of Client Services for our organization.
Okay. All right. Your mayor, Your Honor, and esteemed council members. Oh, I'm under the weather. Sorry about that. Thank you for the opportunity to present today. As I said, my name is Sangeetha Matthews. I'm the branch manager for FAME here in Strathmore, and I'm here with Andrea Gowan, the Director of Client Services. For those members who are not familiar with our agency, FAME stands for Foothills Advocacy and Motion Society. However, we are most commonly addressed by our acronym FAME. FAME is a local nonprofit that supports adults with developmental disabilities through community access, employment, and home living support. FAME has branches in High River, Okotoks, Strathmore, and Airdrie, where we provide support to individuals for the last 45 years. Our first branch in Strathmore opened 15 years ago, and we have no plans of slowing down. We're currently supporting 44 clients and employ 41 community support workers and care providers through the day program and the home living department. Earlier this year, Jerry McCallum, our executive director, with Andrea Gowan, presented to the delegation committee our need for a new facility in Strathmore. Our branch had a small wait list due to the constraints of our previous facility. We physically could not fit any more bodies into the building safely. FAME Strathmore continues to grow as there are many individuals needing direct support in the community of Strathmore. We purchased the building located at 1016 West Ridge Road in November 2024 through the sale of one of our assets located in Okotoks. We began renovating the space in December 2024 and completed the project at the end of May 2025. These photos show the incredible space we now occupy, including our wonderful new parking lot with ample accessible parking and loading zones. Just a side note, we were previously located downtown, for those members that aren't aware, and we were just remarking on what a footprint we had on the parking and that situation on those streets downtown. So it's lovely to have this parking lot for us now. I'm happy to announce that on June 1st, 2025, we did move into the new space. We did hold a grand opening on August 22nd, 2025, which was well attended, and we're very grateful for the support of local dignitaries and community members. Many locals do know the structure by its past lives, most famously a bowling alley and a Sears and other retail establishments. Now we are so happy that it is FAME's new home here in Strathmore. As you can see from the images on the screen, the building has been completely transformed. We have nearly tripled the amount of floor space and we're making very good use of it. We now have the ability to facilitate in-house programming such as cooking and baking programs, peer group social activities, as well as client and staff trainings. We are here today to request funding assistance to install accessible doors in our new facility. When we mapped our budget for the renovations, we did not include the cost of converting the doors as part of the initial work. Rather, we intended to seek government grant assistance to cover the doors because of the nature of the project surrounds accessibility. Some of the individuals we support do have mobility barriers and see firsthand the challenges in accessibility poses. Our wish is to make our new facility fully accessible. As the photos show, we currently have to prop open the door manually, which poses a major challenge to individuals with mobility issues. These individuals require an extra set of hands to open the door while they enter or exit the building. And unfortunately, this assistance is not readily available all the time, causing individuals to have to wait outside the door or inside to leave. With the winter season approaching, we hope to remedy the situation as soon as possible. We have provided a copy of the quote we received to convert the doors for your review. I believe it was in a package sent. Just want to say that we are grateful for any assistance that you may provide, and we do thank you for your time and the opportunity to address you all this evening.
Thank you for your presentation. Questions from council? Councillor Brown.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So you're looking for assistance to pay for the doors to
Correct.
Open and operate. Do you have an estimate of what that might
Yes,
cost?
we do.
Yeah.
So we received an estimate from Calgary Lock and Safe. The total to convert the doors is $4,931.21.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Brown. Any further questions? Seeing and hearing none. Thank you again
Thank
for your
you.
presentation. Item 7, the Happy Gang Society of Strathmore. Good evening and welcome, and if you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves for the people
Good
watching
evening,
at
Mayor
home.
Thur and councillors. My name is Wilbert McCallum. And this is Gwen Duthie. We're here representing the Happy Gang Society of Strathmore. We have 3 items on our application that we're going to address tonight. First is a purchase of approximately 25 new chairs to accommodate our membership. Presently, we have 75 chairs and would like to bring this number up to 100. 100 is the capacity of our building, and use it for Christmas parties, potlucks, different parties throughout the year. The society is also in need of more storage. Presently, we store our tables and chairs in the main hall along the wall where all these activities take place. As a result, we have turned people away from our yoga and fitness classes. We're asking for funding and permission to remove an old furnace that is in the building, and it is currently not in service, so we can use this space for storage. We have a quote from Sunshine Mechanical to remove and dispose of it. We're also asking for funding for an outside shed. We are in need of space for storage for Christmas decorations and seasonal decorations for other holidays during the year. The shed will also be used to store outside games that would be used during spring, summer, and fall. Our Happy Gang Society services 205 members to date. We expect to exceed our 2024-2025 membership of 232 people. The Happy Gang has been serving its members since 1967 and wish to continue to do so, with many old and new members gathering together in fellowship and physical activity. Our society helps to strengthen the community and keep older adults active, connected, and empowered. We're asking the town for $8,000 to help us accommodate our ever-growing membership and to make life more enjoyable for seniors in Strathmore. Thank you very much for your consideration of this request and appreciate your time committed supporting community-driven projects.
Thank you for your presentation. Do we have questions from councillors? Councillor Wegener?
I do have a quick question. So you're saying membership 200 and some odd people right now? And what percentage of that do you know would be from the town of Strathmore? Because I know you do have members from outside the area as well, but do you know what would be the approximate percentage of Strathmore residents versus county residents?
You can answer
I
that.
do not have
Okay,
a breakdown of that, but I'm going to say that the majority are from Strathmore.
that's kind of what I thought. Okay, that was my only question. Thank you, and again, I appreciate the service that you guys have in the club. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Wegener. Councillor Wiley?
I know many people who attend the Happy Gang, my parents among them. And you guys hosted us for one of the forums we went to during the campaign, so thank you. I was wondering, how does the Happy Gang go about raising revenue normally for these kinds of one-off expenses?
Mostly it's just from the membership, and we do have pool tables and such there, and the people that come to play pool usually pay each day when they do play. It's just $1, mind you, but we use that for putting new felts on our tables and stuff like that. But most of it just comes from the membership.
We have bake sales also, and a big garage sale once a year that brings in over $2,000. But the bake sale is a big one, which is coming up here on the 29th,
Yes.
I think. And we have a strawberry tea, which we charge for, and just different things that the members enjoy throughout the year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Wiley. Councillor Chisholm.
Thanks, you guys. I have heard nothing but good things about the Happy Gang and the engagement it helps support in our community for our seniors. My question is around, what does it look like moving forward? What are the aspirations of the Happy Gang? What is it, where are you looking to take the association?
Well, we may outgrow our building. I'm not sure. We do.
I think so.
We always keep our eye open for somewhere else that we may be able to, rent or move to. So, but as it is now, the building seems to be large enough for what we have.
If we can just get the chairs and tables out of the main area into our storage room.
Any further questions for the folks from Happy Gang? Seeing none, thank you for your presentation.
Thanks for listening to us.
And at this time, I'd like to actually request that we please move item 17 to now. Donovan is here from the Legion and is not feeling very well, so I would rather not have him wait till the very end if everyone is okay. Do we need a motion for anything like that as far as changing that? Would that be okay with the audience as well? Okay, then we will go to the Royal Canadian Branch number 10 if the gentleman from the Legion would like to come up and introduce yourselves. Good evening.
Good evening, Your Worship, members of council. Last time I met all you folks, you were at my Legion making your case to the people of the community. You were all obviously very successful, so congratulations. And thanks very much for allowing this opportunity tonight to speak to our need. In the last 3 years, as you know, the Legion building itself is very old. It's over 100 years old. And in the last 3 years, we've invested almost a little over $500,000 in that building with all the systems and subsystems and so on and so forth. And we're just about at the end of our critical list. And our critical list right now are our furnaces, our heating system. When they built that place, they, needless to say, it was done very creatively. And so we had, instead of one furnace and one system, we have actually 5. And 4 of them need to be replaced. And they've got to be replaced this winter. Without question, it's not an issue for debate. It's going to get done. So we are here tonight to ask, our total proposal for this particular project is about $22,000. So we're looking for half of that. So for your consideration, you know all about the Legion, what we stand for here in this community, and the value of our service and its position in the community. So we appreciate this opportunity to put our case to you. And once again, congratulations. I wish you all well in the future. Thank you very much. Any questions? I have my engineer here who actually knows all about this, and he's here to answer any questions technically that you may have.
Councillor Brown.
What kind of furnaces are they? Are they boilers or are they hot water? Are they?
You're going to have to speak up. I'm only on one hearing aid tonight.
Yeah, I've only got one microphone too. So I just asked the question: what kind of furnaces are they? What kind of furnaces are there right now? What kind of furnaces are you looking to replace them with?
They're
Thank
low
you.
efficiency, gas-fired, 100,000 BTUs each that were manufactured in 2003.
Okay.
So the upgraded models that we've gotten pricing for will be high efficiency. They'll actually be 122 BTUs, which would still accommodate the ductwork that's currently in the building.
Okay, that's, now it's way too loud. Are you, just curious, did you get a quote from a local business?
We've had 3 quotes.
Okay.
He's done the sums.
Okay, I was just
The
curious.
project manager, he's done the sums. We've had 3 quotes. We're required by our own bylaws to do that whenever we procure things of that nature.
Yeah.
And
So-
so this is what the,
So it's four of the 5 furnaces plus the ductwork as well, right?
No, the ductwork will support 122 BTU, but we have to stay with the C-body style furnace.
Okay.
But the infrastructure will support us. The actual appliances are probably 10 years past their useful life. And for example, one of them, the board has failed, so we've had to get creative with making that unit run, because you can no longer get the board for that type of furnace. If it fails again, it's likely going to close, which could affect the Legion even being open.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yep.
Just from me, Donovan, I want to thank you and the Legion for all the work you do for veterans in our community, senior veterans especially. And I have come to really appreciate and respect the work of all your members, all the volunteer hours, and your board. So that's really what I wanted to say. But I have 2 questions for you. One, regarding this year's ask, will you be approaching Wheatland County? And 2, if you can remember, can you tell me what the financial contribution was last year from Wheatland County and from the town?
yeah.
Because I think there was quite a difference.
Last year, we got $24,000 from Wheatland County. The year before that, we got 10. So they've given us $34,000 in the last 2 years, which has been gratefully received, of course.
And could you tell me what the last 2 years of the town's contribution has been?
To my knowledge, nothing.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And again, thank you for all your work.
One last little commercial to everybody. The Legion nationally, the Royal Canadian Legion nationally celebrates its 100th anniversary, 2026. So October the 8th, 2026, here in Strathmore, that's when we hung up our shingle 100 years ago. So this is a one-of event. We've never seen this happen before, and I hate to say it, but none of you are ever going to see it again. And we're going to have a lot of functions this coming year, and you're all invited to attend. So thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you again, gentlemen, for your presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we move on to item 8, Strathmore Youth Theatre Society. And if you come to the microphone, or when you come to the microphone, you might choose not to, but if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself to us and to the people at home, thank you.
Hi, thank you for having us. My name is Chelsea Hall. This is Devin Hall. We are here on behalf of Youth Theatre Society Strathmore. We operate as Youth Theatre Company. We're a not-for-profit group founded in 2022 with a simple mission to bring accessible, quality theatre opportunities to the young people of Strathmore. When we began in 2022, we offered theatre classes for youth ages 7 to 12. We started because we noticed a major gap. Strathmore youth simply didn't have local opportunities to explore theatre, which builds confidence and expresses their creativity, and we wanted to change that. Theatre has always been a passion of ours and a couple of our other founding members, so we really wanted to start that up for our own kids. After 2 successful years of classes, we shifted our focus toward learning through direct experience. In fall of 2024, just last year, we transitioned into producing full community theatre productions, allowing youth, teens, and adults to all work together. So last fall, our first show was Alice in Winterland. We had 45 cast and crew members, ranging from, I think the youngest was 7, all the way up to about 70. We sold 525 tickets to the people of Strathmore. We were super excited about that. And then in spring 2025, we did our first musical production, James and the Giant Peach. That one also had 38 cast and crew members, and our ticket sales went up a little bit. 555 tickets we sold to the patrons of Strathmore. Both productions showed us how much demand there is in Strathmore for youth wanting to participate and for families wanting family-friendly entertainment. Our next show, Willy Wonka, as you can see, has over 40 cast and crew members, and we are currently in the rehearsal phase. Our performances begin in January 2026. We're very excited, as also you can see by our shirts. Although we are passionate and committed to our group, producing a show comes with significant costs. These include lighting, set builds and materials, sound equipment rentals, venue rentals, costumes, props, advertising, printing, and show and music rights is a huge one. Because Strathmore does not have a theater facility, we also have to create an environment from scratch. Each production, bringing in equipment, staging, and technical support, which increases the costs as well. We are currently entirely self-funded, relying on ticket sales and sponsorships. Thanks to last year's town donation and our ticket revenue, we were able to fully cover all our expenses for James and the Giant Peach, but ended the production with about $20 left in the bank. We are very proud of our efficiency, but it also highlights how tight our margins can be. Benefits to the town. Your support directly strengthens the community. We give children and teens meaningful opportunities to perform, grow their confidence, and express their creativity. Our productions serve as family-friendly events for residents, offering an affordable local outing. We collaborate across age groups, fostering mentorship, teamwork, community pride. Also, through sponsorships, we have local businesses sponsor us, and they get visibility, audience traffic, and community engagement. And lastly, we are deeply grateful for all the support the town of Strathmore has already provided. With continued assistance, we can keep offering family-friendly productions, expand creative opportunities for young ones, and continue building a vibrant arts culture here at home. Thank you for your time and considering our request. We look forward to bringing the joy of theater to Strathmore for years to come.
Thank you very much. Do we have questions? Yes. Councillor Wegener?
I do have one question. You said 7 to 12 up to, did you say 70 or 17 in age?
Oh,
7-0.
Yeah, our classes started as youth, just 7 to 12, but okay. Our productions, like Willy Wonka, has 7 to, the oldest is 70, 7-0.
7-0.
Adults, yeah.
And is 7 the youngest?
Yes,
you,
7 is the youngest, yeah.
And you did say 45 members, approximately.
Yeah, every show has been a bit different, but our biggest cast so far has been 45.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions from council? Seeing none, thank you very much for your presentation.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, you too. We move now to item 9, Wheatland Society of Arts. Good evening, and if you could introduce yourself. Many of us know you already, but the audience at home might not.
See if I can run this thing. Good evening, Your Worship, councillors, town staff. Thank you for the opportunity to present a brief overview of what we have accomplished and consider our request for funding. I'm Brandy Hebbs with Wheatland Society of Arts, obviously. The Wheatland Society of Arts was registered as a nonprofit in 1986, and it's been run by volunteers. I didn't get here till 2002. When I moved into the area, I was lucky enough to find Wheatland Society of Arts right away, and I've been on the board ever since. The art studio has been open since 2017 and the pottery studio since 2023. Before that, we just did classes wherever we could. And this art and pottery studio are right over there on 3rd Avenue. We're keeping both studios very busy. There are multiple programs offered virtually every day. We also facilitate birthday parties and other private events. How do I go to the next slide? There we go. Uh-oh. Yeah, we also facilitate birthday parties and other private events where openings in the schedule permit. In addition, we do out-of-studio classes, events, and collaborations. There are options for everyone, from preschool to seniors, for homeschool, families, those with disabilities, and for all artistic skill levels. Some are offered at very low cost, even free, and some are higher cost. We also have very low cost open studio times several times a week in which people just come in and hang out with other artists and do whatever they want instead of a specified class. Overall, our art programming is weighted heavily to youth, seniors, those with disabilities, family events, and intergenerational offerings. Much of the most needed programming is very low cost and in some cases free. Time has taught us that there's need of this, and it is what makes the funding so important. The Pottery Studio is jam-packed, featuring a wheel throwing room, 2 hand building areas, a glazing area, and a kiln room. Often multiple classes plus open studio are going on at the same time, so it is generally super busy. We surprised even ourselves with just how much interest there is for pottery. The volume of people is indeed exciting. It seems everybody just loves to play with dirt, even adults. So take a minute to really look at this side. Here's a bit of a very condensed summary of what we offer, of course with multiple ongoing classes for each category. The list on the left is the regular low-cost programming. Low cost is open to everyone, an inclusive setting where individuals from different economic backgrounds mix together with no regard for whose family makes how much money, just hanging out together as equals, as friends in art. For the rest of the list, there can be a wide range for the cost of the class or event, depending on the input costs, but even these we keep as low as we possibly can. In all cases, we work to have some classes that have very broad age ranges in an attempt to keep our youth connected with the older generations. This screen is also particularly interesting. It quantifies our success. We are growing. Adult memberships renew each calendar year, so this is just January to October on that top line in the dark orange. There's two very busy months still to come, so that'll climb a bit still. The other numbers are running totals that we've been trying to keep track of as a measurement tool. Take note of the participants. It's towards the middle of the list in the right. In the dark orange there, I guess on this screen it shows up as dark yellow. The adult participants were at 1,273, youth participants at 760, and pottery participants at 606. Keep in mind that is a running total, and some of those participants, we keep track of them by name, so some of them are coming again and again and again, and some of them have probably dropped off. They came and did a few things and then left. But we do keep track of them by name to make sure that we're not just having the same people do more and more art class. It is actually truly new participants. And that's not an exact science either. We do as best we can. In some instances, we don't track names, like for private events or birthday parties or something like that. We don't require all their names. The attendance throughput on the left is actual people registered for classes. That's just this year, what's down there. These are actual bodies sitting at easels, on wheels, potter's wheels, or hand building tables. These numbers do not include private events nor open studio, and both of those are very busy as well. The numbers do not reflect the impact of other collaborations that we do with other groups in other locations. Also on the left, 92 hours is our best calculation on volunteer hours in a typical 12-month time frame. It's also worth mentioning that all these people are coming into our downtown. All these youth generally have adults bring them to class, which means they're also bringing many nonprofit adults into our downtown, with time to pop into other businesses or stop somewhere for a coffee while they wait for their kids to have fun at art. We do what we can to magnify the impact of your funding. We try to keep those dollars local, we try to collaborate as much as possible, and we donate generously to other local groups in the form of art, pottery items, and gift cards. We're so incredibly grateful for the funding and also for your support and belief in us. You enable us to succeed. With the utmost respect, we humbly ask for $40,000, but we would be open to anything if you are able to spare some for us. And I just was going to quickly give you one of these, if I might. This is our most recent brochure. The next brochure is coming out in the next week or two. Just gives you a sample.
Thank you.
Thank you for hearing our requests, and I'd love to answer any questions if you have some.
Councillor Wiley?
Brandy, would you be able to go back to the slide where you looked at the participants and members, the breakdown there?
Okay.
So I was originally elected around when that slide begins, and if you just look at how much you guys have grown in the last 4 years, it's truly remarkable. So am I understanding this correctly? You said if I look at adult participants, that's 1,273 different adults participating. So
That's correct, yeah.
in our town, you're looking at, and between the adult participants and the youth, that's over 10% of our population is using your facility. That's really remarkable. Thank you.
I'll have to write that percent down for next year. Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Seeing none, thank you for your presentation, Brandy.
Thank you all.
And now we're on to item 10, Strathmore and Wheatland County Christmas Hamper Society.
I'm back. I'm Marilyn Galvin. I'm with the Christmas Hamper, and this is Paula, our treasurer with Christmas Hamper. She's my backup. First, I want to say thank you and congratulations to you all. It's worked out well. And I want to thank you for the opportunity to speak today on behalf of the Strathmore and Wheatland County Christmas Hamper. You know my name. I serve as president. I tried to get out, but they wouldn't let me. Of this incredible organization, which we are, and I'm very passionate about it. It's been in serving this community since 1981. It began with one family in need, identified by the Strathmore Seniors Happy Gang and supported by the Wheatland Family Community Support Services. It has grown into a vital community initiative. Since our incorporation in 1985, we have remained steadfast in our mission to ensure that no family or child in Strathmore or the Wheatland County goes without food or toys at Christmas time. And I'm proud to say we've succeeded this last 4 years. Last year, we provided 258 food hampers and brought joy to 380 children ages 0 to 18. This year, we anticipate serving 297 families and approximately 391 children. Due to the increasing community needs, these numbers could potentially be higher, which we're trying to prepare for. These numbers reflect a growth in demand, especially in the wake of our economy and challenges and life changes that many of our residents continue to have here in Strathmore. Our hampers are more than just food parcels. They are Christmas Day experience hampers, is what we call them. Each is designed to provide a full day of meals, including breakfast, lunch, and a festive dinner tailored to each family's preferences. We ask every family at time of call-in whether they prefer turkey or ham. And thanks to the generous partners like Sobeys, we were able to meet those requests last year and every year prior. Our toy department ensures that every child receives at least one item from their wish list. Programs like Your Own Toys for Tickets, supported by the town, have been instrumental in making that possible, and we greatly appreciate that support. However, as we prepare for the 2025 season, we face significant challenge because at present our toy inventory is depleted. And we will need to purchase a large number of toys this year to meet the demand. That's why we are respectfully requesting a $5,000 donation from the town of Strathmore. This funding will go directly toward purchasing toys and food items that are not donated. It's only the schools that participate in our food donation. We stopped 2 years ago taking from the stores, and that to not hurt our local food bank. Every dollar will be used to ensure that families in our community can experience the joy and warmth of the holiday season and enjoy our Christmas Day experience. What makes this program unique is that it's entirely run by volunteers. We have a small but dedicated group of individuals who work tirelessly year-round to fundraise, organize, and distribute these hampers. We collaborate with local businesses, churches, schools, service organizations, including fire, EMT, and town employees, along with sports organizations of our local community. 104.5 radio station, we could not pull this off without them. They really get our word out for us. Our distribution days this year will be held at the Ag Center where our building is on Friday, December 19th and on Saturday, December 20th. This project brings hope, dignity, and joy to families who are struggling. We see the smiles, we share the tears, which some of you know I do. We witness firsthand the impact of your generosity and all. The support helps us turn what can be stressful time into a season of warmth and celebration. And on behalf of the Strathmore and Wheatland County Christmas Hamper, thank you for your consideration in this request. We are proud to serve the community, and we are grateful for the town's continued support in helping us make Christmas brighter for all. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you for your presentation. Do we have questions? Councillor Wegener?
Again, thank you, and good to see you, Marilyn. Just one question. You guys are not associated with the food bank, am I correct on that?
Not at all.
Okay, and again, I appreciate the work you do. It's unfortunate that we need organizations like yours in town, but you do a great job, so thank you.
Thank you.
I have one question, and that is, do you have an event coming this Thursday and Friday?
Yes,
Maybe we could advertise that
Sure,
right now, too.
Absolutely, I'm good at that. It's 104.5 More Country. They're doing a 2-day event, and they'll be broadcasting from Shoppers Drug Mart. On our wish list is, of course, toys and hygiene, and we're hoping that we get a lot of donations from there. We really appreciate them doing that for us. It's really helped us in the past. We have 2 other campaigns coming up. They're not finalized yet. I'm still working on them. They're toy drives. So we're trying to get as many toys as we can. The food, thanks to Sobeys and Neil, they help us a tremendous amount, and even with discounts. So food's more affordable to us than the toys are. So.
Is it a wide age range of toys that you're looking for, or is there a specific age grouping that you need more?
No, it's a certain type. Lego.
Oh, okay.
That's what everybody asks for.
Okay.
And of course, it's the most expensive
Yeah.
thing on the market.
Yeah.
But I've been shopping for months, and I go to Seniors Day at Michael's. Like, we try to do everything local, but there's some sales you can't pass up when you got a carload of seniors and you go to Michael's and you get 2 for 1, you know, because crafts is another big thing. So.
Well, I'll be there Thursday at 11, and I'll come with a toy and
Perfect.
some non-perishable food items.
Well,
or what
yeah,
do you?
well, of course, we need foods too. We
Okay.
have a list.
Okay.
Because our Christmas festive day lunch, we have certain foods that we're putting in for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
What would be the best thing for me to show up with?
Lego.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm getting that now. Thank you. Councillor Chisholm?
Thank
or
you.
Councillor Regular, sorry, are you done? Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. It's fortunate we have you. It's unfortunate that we need to have you. Just looping back, it's a needs-based program, right? It's needs-based. There's criteria for needed families that fall under this
there is.
category.
Some of them are, a lot of them, are in bad shape. You just have to come to distribution to find that out. So it's needed. It's really needed. Food bank does everything they can. You know, I don't know if I know, Pat, you've been over there. I don't know about anybody else, but they're busy. You know.
I think the thing, Marilyn, I think the thing that shocked me the most was my job at the food bank Tuesday mornings was the WHAM bags.
Right.
So we were putting together bags for kids at elementary and junior and senior high, and to see the numbers go up week after week was pretty sad, especially when you've taught in school and you know those kids are coming to school hungry. So yeah, it's sad. But I appreciate all the volunteerism and the work that you guys all do, and I will see somebody Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Councillor Wegener, did you have a second one? And then we'll go to...
It's more of, yeah, it's a quick question. I will be at the event on Thursday afternoon. Now, toys, Lego in particular is a big thing. But again, what about monetary donations? Would you?
Oh, yes. Gift cards are really great, especially for the 13 and up kids.
Okay.
Gift cards.
I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to go shopping prior to Thursday. So monetary.
Monetary always gratefully accepted.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
It just means I have to shop. But I don't mind it. I don't mind
You're
it.
probably better at it than I am anyways.
Probably.
Councillor Langmaid?
Thank you, Worship. I just wanted to clarify a couple of things. I heard you say that you make sure that every child gets at least one toy off their wish list. So is it better for me to, and maybe you've kind of already answered this, is it better for me to just give you money so you can buy the wish list?
Well, yes.
Yes.
But lots of the same toys are donated too.
Fair enough.
You know, some of their wish lists, like the higher price, maybe not, but you know, the average off their wish list, which I've seen runs about $35 to $40 we can get, you know, that gift for. And then we get a lot of donations. So you got the smaller, maybe little trucks and tractors and things that you put in there, coloring books. That's another great one, is books and coloring books and stuff like that.
Thank you. And then just to clarify, I heard you say that on your wish list for the campaign this week it's toys and did you say hygiene?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we were finding last year we didn't receive a lot donated and we had to spend a lot of money on hygiene. So that's why we're pushing that for donations.
So
Because
that's
it's expensive.
shampoos.
You know, the shampoos, the conditioners, and all that stuff.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions from council? Seeing none, thank you for your
thank you.
presentation. Will you be there
Congratulations, you guys.
Thursday?
Pardon me?
Are you there Thursday at 11?
I'll be around, yeah.
I will find you. Thank you. Take care. We move now to item 11, True North Society. Thank you for your patience. And if you wouldn't mind introducing yourselves to the people at home and in the gallery.
Absolutely. Can you hear me okay? Closer. So hello, everybody. My name is Amanda Vanderland, and I'm the Manager of Research and Development at the True North Society. And I have one of our board members with me, Colby Royal, to support this presentation. So just a little bit of background for anyone who's not familiar with the True North Society. We were recently called the Wheatland Crisis Society, if that jogs any memories. But we are a relationship and domestic violence resource in the Strathmore area. We've been serving Strathmore and over 15 of our surrounding communities for over 31 years now. So we do that through 3 main branches of service. We have our emergency shelter rooted here in town, which serves women, children, and men who are most in need of shelter, so individuals who are most at risk of violence or homicide. We also have outreach programming that provides safety for individuals who may not necessarily have to go to shelter, so supportive programming, parenting supports, all that stuff, and that is a traveling program. but I'm here today to talk about our public education program. So public education is a violence prevention and intervention program. Through education, we increase awareness of and reduce tolerance of violence in the community by sharing evidence-informed information, exploring taboo subjects, and giving individuals the opportunity to acquire safety tools, resources for support, and ask tough or embarrassing questions. Public education is a free program that's available to schools, community groups, organizations, and more, and it is also a traveling program. So in our catchment area, we serve up to Drumheller, Three Hills, Acme, Carsland. We go to Chestermere, Langdon, but a lot of that programming is here right in Strathmore. So throughout my time with the organization, which is almost going on 4 years, I have seen public ed make incredible breakthroughs with youth, from aha moments of kids who are practicing how to establish boundaries, to hearing a class full of junior high kids discussing how social media shapes their views about relationships, to having students take me aside and just saying, hey, I'm worried about this. Where can my family get some help? So our public education program truly lives up to its vision of interrupting the cycle of violence through empowerment to create a safe environment for all. And why is public education program so important right now, more important than ever? Well, 20% of Canadian teens, which is ages 15 to 19, report experiencing physical violence in their relationship. 35% of Canadian teens report emotional and psychological violence. Those numbers are way too high, and we are seeing that complexity is just growing. 67% of professionals who work in education, mental health, child and youth care are encountering increased negative beliefs or attitudes related to gender-based violence, and nearly 9 in 10 educators, are looking for increased supports. They're looking for guest speakers, they're looking for resources to share, and really trying to increase those conversations within the school system. So right now, more than ever, we need to interrupt that cycle of violence. And that's what makes our education program so great. Through our program, we have helped foster positive and protective factors such as social emotional competence, healthy coping strategies, support in times of need, positive social connections, and more that research has shown is proven to help families and vulnerable individuals thrive. Research also indicates that the observation or experience of violent incidents during childhood and adolescence, and let's just revert back to that 20% of Canadian teens, contributes to violence across generations. These adverse childhood experiences not only increase the odds of that youth experiencing negative health outcomes, it is also associated with that youth perpetrating violence in adulthood. So through our public education programs, which span recognizing elements of a healthy relationship, how to solve conflict, self-esteem, leadership, all these great programs really works to interrupt that cycle by creating positive childhood experiences and protective factors. In our workshops and presentations, we talk about healthy relationships, respect, communication, safety. We talk about bullying, coercive control, boundaries, digital boundaries, and above all, that each person has a right to live safely and without violence. After each workshop, we give participants the opportunity to fill out a feedback form that just helps us know if our workshop is meeting its goals, what they'd like to learn more about, if they need any other resources. And I'm proud to say the majority of participants do choose to fill out that feedback survey. But I'm even more proud to share some of the results. In our last fiscal year, 83% of youths agreed or strongly agreed they learned new things about healthy relationships after a True North workshop. 96 of participants agreed or strongly agreed they learned new things about safety. And 92% of participants agreed or strongly agreed they learned how to identify signs of unhealthy or potentially abusive behaviors. Lastly, I wanted to share that the public education program also participates in a ton of community programming. Like our workshops, community programming is free and accessible to all. We work with many of our partners, and that allows us to increase our reach and create even more fun, engaging ways to connect with youth and families. In our last fiscal year, We reached 2,743 people through our community programming, and 1,165 of those individuals were kids. Some of those programs include work with our partners, with the Wheatland Youth Network, with Trellis. We have an MOU with Siksika Nation. We work often with newcomers and CCIS. And some of those community programmings look like affirmation bracelets, where we talk about talking positively to ourselves and others. It could be, so we had a Halloween program that was scary facts about relationships, where we built gingerbread haunted houses to fund things like that. And those activities give kids an opportunity to do something engaging while we chat with them about healthy elements of relationships. Tomorrow, I'll be talking to youths and young adults about healthy relationships, and next week we'll be making vision boards talking about positive self-esteem. So if successful in our application for funding, the proceeds received will be used to support the facilitation of the public education program, pardon me, and help us do even more in our community and for youth in our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your presentation. Do we have questions for our presenters? Seeing none, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
That brings us to item 12, Strathmore Municipal Library. And ladies, if you could introduce yourselves. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, I'm Rachel DeHughes, and I'm the director of the Strathmore Library, and this is Ann Horn. She's the chair of the library board. And we're very happy to present to you tonight. Do you need to stretch? Or like, you've been sitting a long time. All right. Okay. Oh, do you have the PowerPoint presentation, Claudette? Ah, perfect. Thank you. All right. Okay. So the library's vision is a connected and caring community, nurturing curiosity, growth, and opportunity for everyone. Our mission is to serve as the heart of our community, where everyone belongs and generations can connect and flourish. We foster literacy and lifelong learning through equitable access to information, technology, and relevant programming that enriches lives and strengthens our community bonds. We deliver this service on the town's behalf to residents and visitors. Public libraries are community-driven. We regularly review our programs and collections to make sure they're still relevant and needed. Everyone is welcome at the library, and our mandate is to serve every single person in the community, which is an incredible challenge and a real honor. In support of that mandate, Council has funded the library to provide free memberships ever since 2022, and we've seen a real increase in new membership annually ever since. We've also seen donations and community support increase, and so we really want to thank you for your ongoing support of vibrant service in Strathmore.
So who are the people on the library board? We're a diverse group of members from various backgrounds and experiences. We are all volunteers and board members who share a deep belief of the value of our library in the community. Community support in our fundraising efforts allow for programming that does not fit within our operational budget. We honor our tax dollars by making the most out of what is given to us. Working with the director of the library services, Rachel, and input from our community, we help develop the plan of service, which serves as a guideline for library programming. We also attend other workshops with Marigold Libraries to bring fresh ideas to our board and to our library.
So one thing you might be curious about, especially if you're new to council, is what the difference is between our local library and Marigold Library System. So the easiest way to think of it is that Strathmore Library provides frontline library service here. Our doors are open to the public, we loan items to people, we deliver our programs, and everything that we do is to serve this local community. Marigold Library System is made up of 42 municipalities, and Their headquarters happens to be in Strathmore, which is great when I have computer problems. But they're a behind-the-scenes operational hub. So they provide IT, cataloging, delivery service between libraries. They also secure bulk purchasing discounts that help your dollars go a lot further, particularly when it comes to digital resources that are almost impossible for small libraries to afford on their own. Here are a few numbers just from the first 9 months of this year. We've had over 47,000 people through the door and over 3,700 attend our programs. A couple I want to highlight are that we've helped 684 people with technology. Helping to mitigate the digital divide is a real big important thing that we do. We've also invigilated 62 exams, so this allows distance education learners who live and work in Strathmore to write their exams at the library without commuting out of town. We want to highlight a few unique items in our collection. So we have a guitar, a shop vac, a tree branch lopper, games, a wheelchair, a walker, blood pressure machine, life jackets, snowshoes, disc golf sets. The Alberta Bat Society recently donated some bat detector kits that you can borrow and listen for bat calls, and it will tell you what species of bat you are sitting under. It's pretty exciting. Another unique item I wanted to highlight is called a Vox book. So these are books that have a built-in audio player right inside, and it will read the story as along with you. You can plug in headphones or not, but they're a really wonderful tool to help struggling readers. And they don't require a CD player, which are becoming obsolete, I'm sad to say. And we also offer a wide range of ebooks and digital resources through our partnerships. When it comes to programming, early literacy is a real focus. So we have 5 weekly programs devoted to young children and their caregivers. Supporting early literacy is one of the most effective ways to ensure a child's future success.
Elementary programs. We have regular programs for school-age children, including book buddies, one-on-one reading support in English and in French, and an upcoming Little Elves workshop where children can make Christmas gifts for their loved ones. Our popular summer reading program, run by the local university students funded to work full-time through our federal grant funding, and they're hired locally, so we try to hire students that are right from our own area.
Our suite of programming for teens and young adults continues to grow. So our Poetry Cafe is still a big hit. We have a teen-run book club, and we just started a new Dungeons and Dragons club that focuses on literacy and communication skills. We've adopted the Wheatland Youth Network, which you may have heard of. One of the amazing things they do is this group of young people puts out a monthly newsletter to highlight local events for young people and information that they might want.
So I wanted to share some feedback that we had from some community people. Honestly, the library has saved me. I found friends at the Strathmore Library in Stitches group and Go Weekly. I've been able to connect with so many wonderful people, and it feels like such an inviting and welcoming space. I also met new moms at the Twinkle Babies, and I'm still connected with them. The library is amazing. Thank you, Strathmore Library, for everything.
So you'll notice that a lot of our programs are volunteer-led, and the programs that are initiated by volunteers are driven by their passion and their commitment, and I think it's a huge asset to our town. Volunteerism is how we're able to deliver a very high level of service, despite not having staffing levels that meet the provincial threshold for an essential level of service. To September, we benefited from over 1,300 volunteer hours, and at minimum wage, that represents a savings of about $20,000. Our volunteers range in age from early teen to mid-80s. They find community, meaning, purpose. They develop job-related skills, and they find a way to give back at the library. We also have many strong partnerships with other local agencies and businesses. And of course, we're very thankful for our partnership with the town and the many ways we're able to support each other.
We wanted to highlight next our fundraising initiatives that we've done over the year. Even in these tough economic times with support from local businesses and community support, we have managed to do a variety of fundraising events, which, as you can see, we raised close to $13,000. From a bottle drive in freezing January temperatures, to a board member growing all the plants needed for a spring plant sale, to a hand-painted rain barrel from a local artist. Local businesses donating freezies, summer promos with refreshing drinks, to book sales. Our local MP holding a hot dog sale, to a town councillor supplying supplies to have a cotton candy sale at Bark in the Park, as well as donations given from the public throughout the year. We really appreciate all the support.
So we want to thank you for the 2% increase we received in municipal funding last year. Our costs continue to rise quickly, as does the population we serve. And so this year we're requesting a 2.5% increase to our funding for 2026. This year we expect to add to our savings from higher than expected grant revenue from Wheatland County and also fundraising and donations that exceeded our expectations. So this will help cover the costs for 2026, and we expect to maintain the current level of service with a 2.5% increase to our municipal funding and a 4.25% increase to our budget overall. In 2023, a report was put out by the Canadian Urban Institute that found that an investment in library programming returns over 6 times more in economic and social benefits. The impact of investment in libraries is far-reaching and long-lasting, and an investment in the Strathmore Library is really an investment in the future of Strathmore.
We would like to welcome any questions or feedback you have. Please feel free to ask them now or to call, email, or visit us at the library. Any questions?
Thank you for your presentation. Do we have questions? Seeing none, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We move now to item 13, the Happy Cat Sanctuary. Good evening, and thank you for your patience. And if you could introduce yourselves.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, Fuel, and Councilors. My name is Michelle Schaaf, and this is Barb Stefanich. We're the founders of Happy Cat Sanctuary. I believe you have received already our comprehensive presentation, so tonight we're just going to summarize it for you to respect everyone's time. You may notice me jumping around a little bit to specific pages on the PowerPoint that should probably be up there soon. So I'll begin. When we began operations in 2003, the streets of Strathmore were home to a large, unmanaged population of stray and feral cats and kittens. Through 23 years of tireless, dedicated work, we've rescued over 2,600 cats. Our commitment has resulted in a remarkable and sustained control over the local stray and feral cat population. We delivered on our promise to decrease this problem, and the original funding from the town has been pivotal to our success. We're here tonight because we're dedicated to continuing this essential service. Our work directly benefits you, the residents of Strathmore, every single day. We offer a lifeline to families who can no longer keep their pets, taking in owner surrenders due to various circumstances. We facilitate responsible pet ownership by adopting out cats that are fully spayed, neutered, vaccinated, microchipped, all for an affordable fee, $150 to $200. This ensures families who might not otherwise afford a fully vetted pet can still acquire one responsibly. We manage community concerns by actively assisting residents with trap-neuter return initiatives to humanely manage reproduction and address nuisance issues. We are the town's partner. Our ability to effectively manage the stray cat population is critically dependent on our long-standing partnership with you and the municipal enforcement officers. We provide the ongoing management and care for cats impounded by municipal enforcement. This collaboration ensures we respond quickly and use both public and private funds effectively. Our entire operation runs out of our downtown facility at 118 2nd Ave. This facility houses our adoption rooms, dedicated intake rooms, and quarantine spaces. We even have a little storefront up front to generate a little additional income. But our strength lies in our volunteers and foster homes. They're the reason we are so efficient. They volunteer approximately 5,000 hours per year, serving both the cats and the residents of this town. We also proudly work alongside groups like FAME, who you met earlier tonight, and Connect, providing meaningful, structured volunteer opportunities for special needs adults in our community, as well as a successful youth volunteer program. I'll pass the next part on to Barb. She has a little bit of laryngitis, so if she can't do it, I'll take over, but she's our numbers gal and stats gal, so.
So Michelle is going to put up our cat stats from 2021 to 2025. Over the last 5 years, we have rescued a total of 1,138 cats. 596 of those cats, which is 52% of all the rescues, came directly from the town of Strathmore. Over the last 5 years, we adopted out 740 cats in total, with only 268 being adopted by Strathmore residents and remaining in town, which is 36% of all adoptions, thus helping drastically to reduce the overall population of cats in Strathmore by 328. We have also helped 110 families by taking in their surrendered pets and assisting another 36 families with urgent vet help for their own animals that they could not afford on their own. We have measurably reduced the cat population and prevented a crisis in town. The comprehensive material package that we provided to you breaks down our finances, but I want to highlight a few things. Over the last 5 years, our total income was approximately $652,000. Of that total, the town's contribution was $216,000. This means the town has funded 33% of our total income, yet, as I just stated, 52% of the cats we rescue come directly from Strathmore. So almost 20% of town cats that are rescued are funded completely by Happy Cats' other supporters. One of our biggest challenges is our veterinary expenses. Over the last 5 years, they were $434,000. This leaves us with only about $43,000 per year for all other expenses, utilities, insurance, food, supplies, etc. As you know, inflation has risen and veterinary costs are no different. If you look at page 8 of the presentation in front of you, just bump it one page up or back. Yeah, and that shows all our finances if you wanted to have a closer look at them over the last 5 years. To continue this essential life-saving work, which measurably benefits the health and safety of Strathmore residents, we are requesting $55,000 from the town for our 2026 funding. We are honored and grateful to have partnered with you for so many years. We truly could not have achieved this measurable impact without the support of the town council, the residents of Strathmore, and especially the sustained support of the municipal enforcement. Continued funding is not simply operational support. It is the guarantee that we can answer the call when a life is on the line and that we continue to make Strathmore a safer, more humane community. And we are a great service for the municipal enforcement because we are there on weekends and nights when they can't be. And Michelle works very closely with them, and we maintain the pound cats and take care of all the strays so the municipal isn't responsible or taking their time to do that. We are doing that, and our volunteers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Do we have questions from council? Councillor Wegener?
I do have a quick question. So again, thank you for the work that you do. Years ago, there was a feral cat problem in Strathmore. I don't think I was in town then, but I've heard how it was looked after. I look at the ask that you have, a return on investment for what you're asking for as compared to what it may cost seems fairly quite reasonable to us. We would be looking at a lot more wages in that if we didn't have an organization like yours, or we would go back to our feral cat problem in the town, which I don't think anybody wants to go back to. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Wegener. Councillor Brown.
Yeah, I just want to say that I really do support the work that you do, and I do appreciate that you have alleviated the feral cat issue. I also know that we do have a lot of migratory birds that come through Strathmore, and I have to say you're actually helping them out whether you realize it or not, so I do really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. It's not a question, it's a statement more.
Thank you, Councillor Brown. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, thank you very much, ladies.
Okay, and if you do end up with any questions, just give us a call.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you. And now we move on to item 14, Hope Bridges Society. Good evening, ladies, and if you could introduce yourselves.
Good evening, Mayor Fuel and council members. My name is Sheila Conchu. I'm a co-chair of Hope Bridges and also a founding member. I've been volunteering with Hope Bridges since its incorporation about 20 years ago. It grew out of Project Hope, which I was also a founding member of. I'm here tonight with Connie Kopp, a fellow board member, and together we represent a diverse group of board members. Our organization facilitates the connection of all community members through inclusive music, movement, and arts activities where there is no expectation of right or wrong and where we are all uniquely valued. We are advocates of inclusion of all people in community, and it's our commitment to keep learning, listening, and working together to do the best we can to build a stronger and more connected community for everyone. Great. This is our first time presenting at Community Funding Delegation Night, and I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to briefly share our story and our vision. So on a weekly basis, we serve about 55 to 60 participants. And just to tell you a little bit about some of our activities, I'd start with Music Discovery, which is a weekly program with an accredited music therapist designed to encourage social interaction, connection, and community while making music. We focus on music knowledge and developing skills through singing, movement, and instrumental play, including drums and tone chimes. We also have community concerts approximately every other month. These afternoon concerts bring a range of exceptional musical guest performers to Strathmore. Participants see, hear, interact, perform, and share their music with our guest performers and our public audience. To date, we have hosted 14 concerts, with our 15th coming up on Tuesday, December 2nd, where we will welcome singer Breton Rose to the stage. Our concerts are free to attend, and everyone is welcome to come and enjoy them. Adaptive yoga is a bi-weekly program that is accessible and considers all bodies and abilities, especially those with injury, disability, limitations, or who are elderly. Participants learn modified multiple variations on traditional yoga poses, allowing the poses to be adapted to specific needs. Moving and Grooving is a bi-weekly program with a dance movement therapist and Canadian certified counselor that explores expressive movement while participants connect deeper with themselves and each other. Class is focused on how movement feels in our bodies and connects with our emotion rather than looking good or getting it right. Participants explore movement with various props, exercise prompts, and qualities of movement, encouraging cooperation, self-awareness, and physical literacy. Hope Bridges is also involved in many community projects, including the Painted Quilt Trail, which includes the quilt making connections displayed here at our town office. The artwork is rich in symbolism, with a circle of leaves for community and care, multicolored leaves for life's changing seasons, and vibrant colors for inclusion. The Painted Quilt Trail represents our investment in community culture, inclusion, and the beautification of our town. We have lots of connection with other organizations, including FAME, accredited supports to the community, and Connect Leisure Services, and their participants regularly attend our classes and events. We also collaborate with organizations within the town of Strathmore and Wheatland County, including the Strathmore Municipal Library, the Vault, Strathmore FCSS, Wheatland FCSS, Wheatland Society of Arts, Calgary Catholic Immigration Society, and Wheatland County during events such as Alberta Culture Days. So we are excited to share with you that we have a brand new program called Way to Move. Currently running successfully, it's a pilot program, which is a 12-week adaptive sport and wellness program. Way to Move was launched in 2024 by Courtney Campbell of Yogabilities and John Chubb of Sockability Canada. And together with us, we have a shared vision to offer adaptive sport and movement opportunities for all. I should say, too, that both Courtney and John have many years of experience working with people with disabilities in their organizations, Yogabilities and Sockabilities. The pilot is running at our Strathmore Motor Products Center and has 20 to 25 individuals participating weekly. The program empowers people with disabilities, promotes physical activity, personal growth, and community connection. Way to Move provides a supportive and accessible environment where everyone, regardless of ability, can participate, build confidence, and experience the joy of movement. The pilot includes soccer, basketball, Zumba, floor hockey, pickleball, and yoga, and we have been able to offer it at no charge for participants. We recognize the power of sport, movement, and inclusion as a key driver to maintaining a healthy and active lifestyle for everyone, and we aim to break down physical, economic, and societal barriers. In order to provide the very best experience possible, we need a second facilitator. We are asking the town to support us with $6,500, with the funds being utilized to pay for one facilitator for the 2026 year. That's 50 weeks at $130 equals $6,500. Hope Bridges would pay for the cost of the other facilitator and the rental of the venue at $1,500. So thank you very much for the opportunity to tell you about our new pilot program and make this request. And we'd welcome any questions about anything to do with Hope Bridges.
Thank you very much. Questions from council? I've had a chance to go to a couple of the performances this year at Hope Community, and I've really enjoyed it. I love the mix of the performer performing, but then I'm not sure if you call them students, but the group participating in song. And then to reconnect, I've gotten hugs there from kids that were in our Strive program at the high school. And it's very cool to be, you have a bad day, and then one of them comes up and gives you a hug, and it's a lot better. So I really appreciated it.
Thank you, Mayor Fuel. We've been so pleased with the community concerts, really aimed at the idea of giving our participants a chance to be in the light on stage and have the gratitude of an audience, and also to interact with guest performers. It's absolutely magical, and we're really proud of doing the concerts in the afternoons where a lot of our seniors and people that have a hard time getting out at night are able to come. So we'd welcome you to come to any of our community concerts.
Well, thank you. I will definitely be back. Councillor Wiley.
So just to clarify, the ask is for the facilitator for the Way to Move program?
Yes, a second
facilitator for the Way to Move program.
We are finding with 25 participants and one facilitator, it isn't quite enough. We need a second facilitator, and we feel like we would really up the level of facilitation and interaction if we had the second facilitator.
And just as an aside, thank you for coming in and presenting. I wasn't aware of just how many classes a week that you were offering between the Yogabilities, and I was familiar somewhat with the music, but I had no idea it was so often. So thank you.
Thank you. We're really pleased to be able to meet you all tonight and to tell you more about Hope Bridges, because we feel really proud of how we've expanded and how we're really offering a diverse range of activities, and also to say that all of our activities are actually welcome to everyone in community. So it's just an important thing to know. So
thank you.
you.
Could I just make one comment?
I just wanted to thank the town and the board who gave us the money to redo some of our quilts. I think, Melissa, you were in on that, weren't you? Yeah. And this next week, we're doing 4. We're replacing. We have 11 that need, they've been up for over 10 years, and they're made of wood and painted with really good paint, but you know, water and wood don't mix after 10 to 12 years. So we're using a new product. We're working at Bow Bench on the 27th and 28th, and that's a workshop by Carsland. I don't know. Jay Strath and his wife own Bow Bench Retreat. And so we're working on 4, and I thank you for the money so that we can do it. And eventually we're going through them all and we'll replace as many as we can. So thank you very much.
Thank you for that update. Councillor Langmate.
Yes, I'm glad to hear that's moving forward. That was, for new counselors, that was funding that was provided through the Culture and Wellness Task Force that was in place during the last term, which unfortunately ended in September. But I'm glad you were the fortunate recipients of some of that funding.
We have
and
the
I'm
money. We'll use it.
fantastic. I'm excited to see the outcomes. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you again for your presentation. Have a great evening. Thank you. Councillor Hyde.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to call a quick recess. Or ask
So
for
do we
one.
need a motion for a recess? Okay, if you wouldn't mind making a motion for a recess and tell us how long roughly.
I would like to make a motion for a 10-minute recess.
Okay, thank you. All in favor? We don't debate motions for recess, and that motion is carried. We'll, for the people watching at home on the streaming, we will